are at Hardknocks 8 in Onehunga, South Auckland, New Zealand. It's the 29th of September 2008 and we are ready to rumble. Joining you tonight from Gladrap is Pro Heavyweight Mike Douglas and myself, Isaac Savage. Mike, great to have you on board and welcome.
Isaac, as I've said a few times tonight, it's great to be here tonight. Good entertainment happening in the crowd. We've got the crowd here at Hardknocks, they're surely putting it on, you know. It's creating a good atmosphere for these corporate fighters, and I think the corporate world, you know, it's been under a bit of strife recently, but we can keep good fights like this going on. It's going to be great stepping stones into the amateurs and pro careers for some of these lads tonight, and for the others that are just out here just to have a good time and, you know, a bit of fun, a bit of experience. Awesome and good work.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Mike, and it's been a great night of fights so far. Next up, we've got Lei there in the blue and Joe the Man Sefo in the red corner. This is going to be an action-packed fight tonight, Mike.
Oh, mate, I'm looking forward to this. The seriousness on both these lads' fight. They're looking in reasonable condition too, these two boys. Be interesting to see how we get on to the third round.
This is Joe Sefo.
When talking to the boys earlier, I asked the coach what was the nickname of Lei, and he said potato chip, based after the potato chips Lay's.
Is your coach's name, is he in the kettle corner or the bluebird? Well,
the coach's name's Chucky as well, so he's got a pretty interesting name. And there in the red corner, he goes by Joe the Man Sefo. Here we go.
Joe
round
the Man.
Lei there in the
nice.
blue.
A little bit of composure from both these boys, maybe a bit more experience in the background. Did you get much of the boys' background history?
We didn't, but we can tell, just as you said too, looking at the composure and the way they throw, they have had a few more fights than others.
We're getting more of a boxing fight here, I think, more than a South Auckland backstreet brawl, you know?
Yeah, like you said, holding their guard nice and high, relatively composed, using their footwork, throwing jabs and trying to set up those punches. A little bit different from what we've seen in earlier fights where the guys just come out throwing hooks from the get-go. Leading left hooks, straightforward rights.
Some good boxing going on here for these boys. I think there could be a promising future for both of them, to be fair. Well, I see a little bit more chins tucked down. You know, we've got a southpaw in the red gloves here working away.
It's good to see too, they're holding the guard high, parrying punches and trying to set up more combinations. We haven't seen too much of that tonight, and we are definitely seeing this in this fight tonight, Mike. Busy round, and this is a bit more of a sweet science fight. Both these guys are quite scientific, and it is an orthodox versus southpaw puncher.
Some nice defence going on there.
Lei there in the blue, and Joe the Man Sefo there in the red gloves. Nice body shot there from Joe.
Lei's just popping out their jab nicely. He's working away. Oh, nice duck under there.
Yeah, I saw that. He avoided those punches.
Both of these guys, they have to have experience from just watching this fight.
See that duck? He just missed with that right hook. Joe the Man Sefo, but comes forward with another one too, landing on the face of Lei. Nice tidy round, very busy, very technical and very scientific, Mike. That was actually really good to watch.
Great work from both these boys. I think for the crowd tonight, this will be the first fight of the evening. They're showing more of the traditional boxing style, you know. And yeah, well, although it's saying that though, I'm sure the crowd's entertained with the brawls that we've been having tonight.
It's been thoroughly entertaining, but it's good to have a bit of a scientific fight and a little bit more technical in that manner, because what we're seeing from that first round is southpaw versus orthodox, and both guys throwing very nice combinations.
It's always quite interesting watching in boxers how the decision to sit down in the corner or stand up, you know, like it's always quite interesting what must go through a man's head.
What do you do, Mike? Do you sit or stand?
I used to like the idea of standing up, you know, just showing that to my opponent that I'm not tired, I'm still ready to go. There's a lot of rock left in me, you know, but then I found sitting down and relaxing and getting my breath back, it works quite well. It's hard to say. I think it's a personal preference, really, to be honest. But yeah, I've done both.
Bit of a Jedi mind trick, like you said, that psychological warfare, standing, ready to go, ready to stand and bang.
Who's Luke Skywalker in this battle tonight, do you think?
Hard one to call because we haven't seen one edge over the other. One is just... Both these guys, are, in my eyes, at this stage are equal in skill level and activity. So
yeah, great matchup from the promoter here tonight on this bout. Joe just keeping out of range, just on that last little fire. He's just keeping out, slightly getting tapped. Depends how the judge is going to favour this decision tonight.
And Lei got a beautiful guard there. He keeps that right hand high and it keeps popping out that left jab, walking forward.
As I say, once again, I'd like to see a bit more hands up from these boys tonight. A little bit just, more that traditional style. We're not pros yet. You got to work forward, and that more traditional amateur boxing style. Just you got to keep safe. Look after those chin boys.
Nice cracking shot there too from Joe the Man Sefo landing on Lei. Lei not having too much trouble with the southpaw. Sometimes you see an orthodox fighter struggle with the southpaw, but Lei doesn't look like he's in too much trouble against the southpaw tonight.
As he keeps spinning out to left, he's got to keep away from the southpaw. He's got to keep away from that power hand.
Exactly, he should keep moving to the left, and he's doing not a bad job of that so far. He stepped then again to the left, never wanting to go to the right because he could get clocked.
Those southpaws, hey, they're always a tricky guy. The southpaws the way they move. I've sparred a few of them when I was younger and that, and you've got to keep out. You've got to keep your left foot on the outside of their right foot.
And it's too easy to go the other way, and before you know it, you're walking into their left, which is equivalent of a right.
You're walking into that money shot, and once that money shot lands, it's not nice. Maybe not so much in a lot of divisions, but in the heavyweight division, you don't want to be walking into that money shot
because it can be good night nurse and an early night, hard night in the office. We're up to round 3. These rounds are absolutely flying by. Too hard to judge. I'm just enjoying this fight, Mike.
Oh yes. And time's flying. We're actually seeing a more clinical fight tonight out of these corporate boys, and it's impressive to watch. I see Joe's in the corner there, loving the pink mouth guard, mate, and he's taking there, takes a good breaths. And Lei, you're showing you're quite fit tonight.
And one guy sitting, one guy standing. Here we go for round number 3. Lei in the blue, Joe the Man Sefo in the red gloves. Both boys are showing really, really good fitness so far. Both looking ready to bang, coming out very aggressive.
Their fitness has surprised me, mate. This third round, they got a bit of action into them. There's a few petrol tickets in these boys, to be fair.
Well, look, the thing is, they've had a bit more maybe experience. Their fitness levels are very high. They've obviously been training for this, and they don't want to go home without a victory. Beautiful combos from both boys.
Joe landed a nice little left straight in there.
Very tidy boxing from both boys, Mike?
If Lei keeps moving, he's got to move to that left. I know it's basic.
Move to the right, and when he does move to the right, he does get hit. But he's starting to land a few shots there, Lei, on the chin and head of Joe the Man Sefo.
I'd love to see both these boys, after this. I think they seriously got to sit back and consider an amateur career, both of them.
Both boys are throwing awesome punches and bunches, ducking, weaving. One scores, the other scores. It's whatever you can do, I can do better.
How can you judge this last round? Do you think this last round, that's got to be a difficult round to judge?
Well, I'm glad I'm sitting here commentating and not judging. It's too hard to call, Mike. When we're 1 minute down, just under a minute to go.
I can't favour any boy in this last round because I see it like Lei. It's got a bit of defensive work going on there. Well, they're saying there you just got copped there, mate. But I see the defensive work coming from Lei in the corner there. But Joe, great work rate, keeping it going. Petrol tickets might be starting to lack.
30 seconds to go. Well, actually 20 to go, and Joe the Man Sefo has been landing a few shots, but just as I say that, Lei comes back and lands another one.
The last 10 seconds, someone's got to put their flurry on and impress these judges.
Big uppercuts there from Lei. Joe coming
great work, boys.
Shots. Big shots.
Brilliant. Here we go.
What a finish. Too hard to call, Mike. Too hard to call. Even if I wanted to call, I couldn't.
I couldn't call that last round, boys. Both, excellent fight, and the crowd loved it. both these boys be like Mr. Hennessy, calling them out tonight, you know. Like, this man's introduced Joseph Parker, and I'd say Joseph Parker will be a big hero to a lot of these boys up in Auckland.
Oh, look, Dan the Man Hennessy, he's one of New Zealand's finest MCs, and to be able to pronounce that official name there,
Hey,
Joe.
looking at Miss Hennessy's page,
Parker.
he loves these photos with the ring card girls, doesn't he?
Look, he's the man of the party tonight, and he's certainly doing a great job tonight in the ring for Hardknocks 8. And he'll be doing probably the same sort of work too, or Joseph Parker's fight on the 15th of December.
Oh, I bet you he's looking forward to that to
Ladies
himself.
and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of corporate heavyweight boxing action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision, where we find a unanimous decision winner. Your winner fighting out of the red corner, Joe Sefo!
Joe the Man Sefo doing enough in the end to take away the decision.
Hey, but I'd like to sit back to Lei there. Great work, mate, and it was good to watch. And I think it was a closer fight than you think, you know. I know the judges, they scored a unanimous.
You could even say that they could have been a split, you know, with the way, especially that last round. I mean, I couldn't call that. The other rounds may have been in favour to Joe, but what a fight. Both guys should be proud of themselves.
What a
after
fight, that last round, that really, I reckon that last round's been the round of the night so far, maybe, potentially.